Data-driven is another one of those terms being thrown around where it's almost cliche, but the reality is it is more vital than ever to be data-driven in what we do. But what does it actually mean to be data-driven? So Nick, let's start with you. Define what being data-driven means in today's business world.
Data-driven to me is very closely related to being principled in your thinking. Any of the engineers that work at my teams know that my favorite question to ask is why? If you're proposing something, if you're advocating for something, why? And very quickly I expect to see data. And this is what the data is telling me to do.
And Lillian, for you, talk a little bit about how you assess for, look for people that are facile with data, but specifically sort of this data-driven mindset at the senior levels.
If I have an exec that came into a company very early on where they're trying to find product market fit, then I think the qualitative piece is probably more important than the quantitative piece. If I'm looking for an exec who's scaled, the quantitative piece is probably more important than the qualitative piece.
So I'm hearing you say like really knowing where your company's at and what insights you're trying to draw, what data you're trying to report on. You have to be very clear.
Yeah.
Because it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
I frequently ask people that I interact with, whether it's engineers or product managers, a design question. Let's structure the problem and start talking about how we evaluate what potential solutions would look like. What are the things that break, or what are the things that customers are reporting that they're unhappy with? How can we use that to inform what we do with our solution?
How do you think about being data-driven?
I think it's really important for the team to make sure that it's got both the qual side and the quantitative side. We're in sales, we want to see revenue grow, but I also want to see bottom line. What else will it cost? What else will it do? In addition to what type of account or what type of channel are we trying to enter? Does this help the greater goal of the brand? So I think it's really important as I'm interviewing candidates is really understanding how do they leverage data to either tell a story or convey an ask, and really leverage that in their sales pitch, and to really judge the critical thinking and how they're going to use data to weave it together in a manner that's going to be meaningful and influential.
So you heard it, and having a data-driven mindset is incredibly important. So if you are not steeped in years and years of analytical work, have no fear, there's ways that you actually can develop this data-driven mentality and approach to what you're doing. And if you're out there interviewing, make sure that it's a part of almost every single interview that you do, that you can draw out some level of data-driven insight from the candidate you're sitting across from.